What's going on, YouTube? It's been about 4 months since I made a video, and basically I quit my job this week, and I want to start making more YouTube videos now that I have all this free time. And so let me talk about what happened. As you know, if you watch my channel, I work at the Port of Galveston, and I've been working there for about 4 years on and off. And this year, I really took it upon myself to just be the best worker that I could possibly be. I don't even party, I don't drink, I don't take days off, I don't vacation, I don't take sick days. And when I work, I work. I don't cancel jobs. I make my schedule work with the port. And all that was for nothing, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as loyalty. And so that's part of the one thing I wanted to say is always have a backup plan. And I had a backup plan because I've always had multiple streams of income. So that's part of the reason why I was able to quit when just like that, because I've always had the mindset that there is no loyalty with any company. Doesn't matter what the company is. You could be like the CEO of a company. Look what happened with Steve Jobs. They got rid of him. There's no loyalty. Actually, I was just watching a movie with starring Ben Affleck about some business movie where he got laid off, and him and I think I can't remember the other actors' names. He was in No Country for Old Men. Let me know in the comments if you know the movie I'm talking about. But he got laid off in the 2008 financial crisis, and they were all like, he was like the number one marketer, and all these other guys who were the chief executives all got laid off, even though they were there since the beginning of the company. And again, it just goes to show you there's no loyalty. Get things on paper, get things, always have a backup plan. My backup plan has always been that I have side hustles that are really beneficial. Like, as you know, my last video was about crypto. That's been really, really great, and that's been my main revenue of income lately. And actually, it's been better than my actual job. And I also have poker. I have a loan business. Lots of little revenues that I have money coming in. And so I got into an argument with my boss. And so when I say there's no such thing as loyalty, look at all this. I do all this for someone, and at the end of the day, what did I get out of it? Nothing. Like, I was actually planning on quitting, but I wasn't gonna quit till next year, because I just the money that I was making from here, I was just gonna save, put it away, even though it wasn't much money. Because honestly, there were some weeks when it was so slow, my checks were less than $500. It's not a great job. At first it was, but we lost so much work because of losing contracts left and right. Because the banana boats, they went to I think Freeport, so we lost that contract. We lost the grain elevator. That was a huge hit. I mean, we lost a lot of freaking work because of the grain elevator shutting down and being demolished. And also we lost Pier 37 because of the Carnival Jubilee. They have their fueling ship there. So little by little, we lost contract after contract after contract. And to the point that freaking people at Walmart make more money than I do. And no offense, to anybody working at Walmart, but for having a Twit card, for being on call 24/7 and doing the things that we do to make nothing, it's ridiculous. And I toughed it out just because it was easy. It's to me it is, because I've been doing it for years, so jumping on a boat and tying up a ship, it's easy to me. And being on call 24/7, just waking up like a random times in the morning, like at 3 a.m. or whenever, and just having a weird schedule I was okay with it because I really don't really have. I'm a workaholic. I'm not out at the bars. I'm not out doing anything. You know, it's either I'm working at the port, working in my office, or I'm asleep. That's it. And so I didn't mind it. You know, but what happened was this week, my boss, he's an alcoholic. He called me up in the middle of the night, and I knew when he was calling, it was either he was calling to let me know that we have a last minute ship or something, or that he was drunk. But I was like, I have to answer the call because I'm gonna get screwed either way. So I answered the call, and he's drunk, and then he just wanted to argue with me, and I was like, I could tell that he was drunk, but I was just kind of going with it. I'm like, yeah, like whatever. I didn't think too much of it, you know, because he's always drunk and he's always arguing with people. But the next day, he took some work away from me, and I called him up. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? And he goes, oh, you told me you didn't want to work. You didn't want that job. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you told me last night. I'm like, no, I didn't. He's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, and I told him, hey, look, man, you called me in the middle of the night drunk and just wanted to argue with me for no reason. And he's not a man of his word. He's not he's basically a coward, you know. He won't stand on principle, and so he says no, I didn't, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, I've been working for you for so many years, and this year I took it upon myself to be like the best employee. I'm his number one employee, his number one. And I'm like, I'll go out of my way to do, you know, everything right. And you get drunk and you call me in the middle of the night and want to argue with me, and then you get your feelings hurt, and then you want to screw me over, and yet you want to call me. He was like, oh, I treat you like my son, man. I really like you. I'm like, you really like me? You treat me like your son, but then you decide to take work away from me and screw me over. I cussed him out and told him I'm gone. Like I told him I don't need this job. First of all, since we lost all this work, it was just almost like a side hustle. My actual job was like a side hustle because I make more money doing other things. So I was able to quit, and he was shocked that I quit because he was messing around with me by taking away some ships from me, and he didn't think that I would quit because he does this to other people that every now and then I guess he gets bored or something, and he decides to mess with people. But the people he messes with, they take it because they don't have a backup plan. This is the only job they've had since high school. You know, they've been this one kid. He's 1 year younger than me. That's all he's done since high school was work for him. You know, so he doesn't have a college degree. He's never really worked anywhere else. So he gets bullied and he takes it. You know, when he was trying to bully me, I was like, no, I'm not taking this. And when I quit, he was just so shocked. And he's like, well, what are you gonna do for money? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I got money, man. I save my paychecks, you know, and I get money from other streams of income. This is none of me. And I always have a backup plan. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't have a backup plan. The best time to look for a job is when you have a job. You got leverage, you know. I remember when I was looking for work and I was unemployed, didn't have no job. I would go into interviews and people would lowball me, you know, and I would take lowball offers. You know why? Because I was desperate. But when you have a job, you got that little leverage. You're like, no, I'm gonna turn you down because I don't need the money. I'm not desperate, you know. And so I had already been doing side hustles just because I never want to be in that position that have somebody have that power over me that they could bully me. They could make me do whatever they want, and I just gotta take it. I'm like, no, I learned a long time ago that's it's a valuable thing to always have like a security blanket. You know, you learn it with time. I learned late in life. I'm in my 30s. You know, 35 years old. But now, like I said, I was. Everyone's like, man, just suck it up and asking for your job back. I'm like, or just go along with it. I'm like, no, man. First of all, like I said, the money's gone. Like that this port is changing. It's becoming a cruise ship port, you know. And we don't deal with cruise ships. So this company is pretty much is dying off, and I was only staying around just because of loyalty, just because I was. There was somebody gave me a job, so I wanted to be a loyal employee. Like, if you gave me a job, I'm gonna work here, you know, until like something really great comes along, and I can't do this, you know. So even though I'm making more money in other streams, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna still be nice with this dude because the dude gave me a job. I'm gonna work here, you know. But once he started doing all this other stuff, I'm like, man, look at this. Even though I was gonna quit next year. I was gonna do it the right way, you know. I was gonna do more than 2 weeks notice. I was gonna do like a few months notice to make sure that I was even scouting for an employee to replace me, so he would have a good employee, you know. This is just things that I didn't have to do, you know, but I was doing it just to be a nice guy. And for him to just quickly like just take work away from me and start messing around with me. For no reason, like there was no reason for him to do that. Like I said, just because he got drunk and he want to do it, like he gets emotional when he gets drunk and he starts arguing with himself. It was I was like, I'm done with this. He had fired one of my other coworkers. Same thing, like twice. He accused him of stealing like a Yeti cup. And my coworker's like, why would I steal a Yeti cup, you know? And then they found the Yeti cup, and he never apologized, you know. He's a coward, you know. He can't admit his mistakes. So anyways, I quit that job, and now I'm gonna focus now on YouTube. And I know I said that I wasn't gonna monetize this, but I'm thinking I'm gonna change my platform up and make this into become more of a creator. As you can see, I have this TV behind me. I'm gonna basically set it up in a way that I do reaction videos, and I didn't want to do reaction videos just because they're kind of lazy, but they work. You know, when they really do get the views, and if I want to make YouTube a job where I get money, I need to do what works. And so I'm gonna become a reaction channel, and basically like a political reaction channel on pretty much everything you see everybody else doing, you know. But just give my 2 cents of opinion. Yeah, so I have enough money that I could not work for the rest of the year, you know, and actually work for like a couple of years. I saved up a lot, like, and so that's why I'm not even stressed about it, and I have the time, the ability to do what I want to do. And again, I still get money from other sources, and that is a great thing when you have freedom to do what you want, you know, and not be oppressed. I feel sorry for some of my coworkers as they're just strapped. They gotta take the BS from him, you know, and they gotta some of them have to kiss his ass. He was mad at me because I wasn't kissing his ass. That's really what the whole argument was. He was mad because I wasn't kissing his ass. He called me in the middle of the night to say that, and I was like, you know, it's just not who I am, you know, and we got into it. It is what it is. Yeah, so people ask me, well, can you go to HR? Can you go this and that? I'm like, the dude owns his own company. There ain't no HR. It's just him and his old lady. And really, it's not even worth my time. And actually, everybody said he's doing me a favor because now actually I can work on what I want to do, you know. And I had been planning on quitting. So I was only staying there just to be fucking a good person. Excuse my language. Again, I got to practice on not cursing because I'm trying to be advertiser friendly. So next couple of videos, I'm gonna clean up my act. But yeah, like I was just trying to be nice, you know. But again, I being nice kind of screws you up, screw you over. You know, sometimes you got to be an asshole. Yeah. So yeah. So it is a blessing, you know. Mentally, I feel way better too because as soon as I left, I was like, man, I feel way better. That not when you're in a toxic work environment, it really stresses you out. Like it was stressing me out a lot of times. I had to work with him because all he does is just like he complain. Like he gets drunk and just wants to argue with everybody. And usually it's not with me; he's with other people. So I kind of just like blow it off. But man, it gets annoying, you know. And the money wasn't there anymore, you know. And I was like, man, I'm doing all this for a job that I could be making more like at McDonald's, you know, just because I want to be cool, you know, because I'm cool that he gave me an opportunity, and also it was easy to me, you know. It worked with my schedule also. I have an office a couple blocks from there, so I was like, okay, it kind of works with everything that I'm doing. So, but really, I mean, since the money's not there, I'm like, whatever. I'm not kissing ass. I'm moving on. Hopefully YouTube takes off. If it doesn't, oh well. I still got other things. I think, but I do have. I think if I make at least like 2 videos a day every day, I should be start making money sometime in January, hopefully. So we'll see. So stay tuned, and I always like to end this with like a question. A question. Have you ever worked in a toxic field, or worked with people that you can't stand, or had a boss that was like a freaking bully, or an alcoholic or something like that? I mean, share your stories, or felt like you were trapped, you know, that like he was angry too that I had side hustles, and the reason was because he knew that if I had a side hustle, I was more likely to quit, and that is true because since like a lot of my other coworkers, that's the only job they have, and so he has a lot of power over them, you know, like a narcissist. But me, like I said, I'm 2 steps ahead, you know. Can't never let nobody control you, you know. So if I guess that's some good advice. Do you have a plan? You know, are you wherever you're working? Do you have a backup plan just in case? You know, in case your company shuts down, or it moves to it goes out of business, or it goes to China, or something. You know, do you have an exit plan? You know, it's like being I don't say like being married, like having a prenup, you know, because again, there is no loyalty. You just because you put in all this hard work, you think that they'll think of you, you know. Like I said, it's August, 8 months of hard work, all gone because he was drunk, you know. Again, I did nothing wrong. And I'm not even an argumentative person. That's what's strange. Like I don't like to argue with people, you know, because I don't see the point in arguing with people, especially when they're drunk. You know, I'll just let them have it. You know, I'm like, yeah, you're right, whatever. And I even told him multiple times on the phone when he was drunk that, I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, I'm just trying to get off the phone. And there's no point in arguing with people, you know. And yet it was all gone. It's all gone because there's no such thing as loyalty, you know. It's pretty much every person for themselves, and so just don't ever forget that, you know. Have your backup plan. All right, so I guess I'll see you probably like on Monday. I'll upload Monday. I'll start doing new videos. All right, later.